Electric cars are slowly but surely starting to take centre stage in the car industry, but one main reason why a lot of people aren't so keen on electric cars just at the minute, range anxiety. So that is why today I'm going to try and tackle them fears. I'm going to be going on a 184-mile trip on one single charge to try and tackle them range anxiety fears, and I'm going to do that in Hyundai's all-electric IONIQ 5. Now, the IONIQ 5 from Hyundai has an electric range of roughly 230 miles to 298 miles, depending on the model and spec that you get. So I'm going to be testing that today. I'm going to visit every single Hullcroft Hyundai site on one single charge to truly test whether the IONIQ 5 has that great electric range that it claims to have. So let's go. Right, so our first destination is Hullcroft Hyundai Cheshire Oaks. Now, Cheshire Oaks is obviously famous for its designer outlets, you know, full of luxury and designer brands. So let's talk about the design of the Hyundai IONIQ 5. Personally, I think Hyundai have done an amazing job with the design of the exterior of this car. If you look at the intricate lines across it, it's very simple, it's very minimalistic, it looks very futuristic. But I think it works. It didn't need much more doing to this. It didn't need all fancy curves and everything. I think what they've done is very simple, very minimalistic, and they've got it spot on. If you have a look at the design of the front and the rear headlights, that's a very intricate design. I love the little square LEDs, all individual, not just like the usual strip across or just usual bulb headlights. And I think it just adds that futuristic look. You don't really see that on many cars. It just makes it stand out, especially the rear lights when you first unlock the car. I think it looks amazing, stunning design. Well done, Hyundai. Right, so we've made it Hyundai Cheshire Oaks. Battery life's gone down 30 miles, so you know the journey was 30 miles. So at the minute, the IONIQ 5 is proven to do the electric range it claims it has. 30-mile journey, taking off 30 miles charge. So you know what? So far, so good for the IONIQ 5. Right, let's jump out, get a quick photo of IONIQ 5. Photo done, Cheshire Oaks ticked off the list, the first of 7 Hullcroft Hyundai sites. Now it's time for the biggest stretch. I think Oldham's about 50 miles. We're currently on 214 miles, so you know, we're looking good so far. The electric range is proving good on the IONIQ 5. But yeah, the longest stretch, so up to Hullcroft Hyundai Oldham, let's go. Now, Oldham is famous for many things. One of them things is that Take That singer Mark Owen was born and raised in the town of Oldham. Now, obviously, the boy band Take That are very famous for singing their hit single, Patience. Now, the IONIQ 5, you don't need much patience. If you manage to get your hands on a fast charger, or if you're out about and you can access a fast charger, you can charge from 10% all the way up to 80%. Bearing in mind, 80% will probably do over 200 miles. You'll get there in just 18 minutes. 18 minutes to get that amount of charge. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, but if you have a petrol car, you know, it's pretty much a minute to fill up, you know, maybe 5 minutes of the queue. But if you just, all you need to do is just plan out your trip, find access to a fast charger, 18 minutes to get you over 200 miles. But also in the IONIQ 5, 18 minutes, grab yourself a coffee or have a nap. These seats are fully reclinable, they're fully adjustable with the controls down to my right here. And they fully recline, they're called relaxation seats. And like I said, grab yourself a coffee, go to the toilet, have a nap, your vehicle will be fully charged. Perfect. Right, so just arrived at Hullcroft Hyundai in Oldham. So again, let's get a photo to tick off the list, and then it's Stockport, I reckon, next. That's just straight back down. So yeah, let's go and get the photo. I mean, I'm going to have to stand out in the rain. It's going to be grim, but let's quickly get a photo, tick Oldham off the list, and then get back on the road. Right, so we are ready to set off to Hullcroft Hyundai Stockport. Just a quick update on the mileage. We have 176 miles left, which means we've used roughly, I think, about 75 miles, which is pretty much what it says on the tin. Next up is Hullcroft Hyundai Stoppard, another Manchester district. I'm probably looking at about 25-30 minute drive, looking to do 20 miles. Mileage, we're looking good. No range anxiety as of yet. Oh, the people, so many people. Right, so we have made it stop number 3 on our road trip, Hullcroft Hyundai Stoppard. Again, let's jump out, get a quick photo, and then get back on the road. Right, so we're ready to head to our next stop, which is Hullcroft Hyundai Macclesfield. We've got 165 miles left on the battery life. That's 67% of the full charge. So we've only actually used less than 100 miles, and we've probably done close to 90. So, you know, we're doing well. The IONIQ 5 is doing good on its electric range. Next stop on our road trip, I'm pretty sure, yeah, stop number 4 is Hullcroft Hyundai in Macclesfield. And a quick history lesson for you. Macclesfield used to be a major producer of silk. They produced world-renowned silk and almost put Macclesfield on the map during the industrial era. And obviously, silk is a material often used in car manufacturing. It's not often you'll see a car with silk interior. And the IONIQ 5 obviously doesn't have silk interior. What is present, though, is environmentally friendly materials. Now, throughout the IONIQ 5, there are raw materials from sugarcane that make up the carpet and the seats. So not only does the interior look good, it's also environmentally friendly. It's a win-win. It's a no-brainer. But the design of the interior of the IONIQ 5 is quite like the exterior. Simplistic, quite futuristic, but I love the design of the interior. Like I've said many a times, it's very comfy. I love the upright position. Obviously, there's a lot of storage space on the inside. Like I said, because it's an electric vehicle, you don't have that center console. Instead, what you've got in place of center console, you've got 2 cup holders, you've got further storage down here, you've got a big armrest here that's storage, and also underneath you have a massive, pretty much a shelf, which includes 2 USB chargers. So the interior is nice, it's modern. All right, you know, you might think, oh, it's maybe not leather, it doesn't have that sort of stylish feel, but it's comfy, there's lots of storage, and trust, I don't have any complaints. Coming up to Hullcroft Hyundai Macclesfield now. Range anxiety not setting in. I thought at this point I might be calculating in my head, oh, have I got enough charge left? We've not even used 40% through this whole journey. We've got 147 miles left in the tank. Swing it round to park up, jump out, grab a photo, and I'll be off to Stafford. Right, so now we are on our way to Hullcroft Hyundai in Stafford. Now, Stafford is home to the very famous Gatehouse Theatre. A lot of great performances have happened there in the past. And great performances and the IONIQ 5 go very much hand in hand. Your 0 to 60 time on this ranges from about 4.8 seconds to 5.2 seconds, depending on your model and spec. And I think that's excellent. 1 for an electric car, 2 for an automatic, 3 for a car of this size. And so if you're a person who has a combustion car, who loves driving, you know, it's a bit of a car enthusiast, it sort of says in the back of their head like, oh, I wouldn't have an automatic or an electric car, you know, that's not for me, it won't be fun to drive. I'll tell you what, try it out, because I'm very much surprised with how fun the IONIQ 5 is to drive. If you look at it, it looks like a sort of family SUV, so alright, it might be quick, but it might not be necessarily a fun car to drive, it might not give you that wow factor. This does. I've never had a car that has this type of acceleration on, especially for a car of this size. A mile and a half away now from Hullcroft Hyundai Stafford, which will be our 5th stop of the journey out of 7. We're almost there, and we're currently on 114 miles, which is 47% battery life. I think if you've got about another probably max 50 miles from here to Stoke to Crewe, I think we should be all right. No range anxiety whatsoever. So I'm here at Hullcroft Stafford, just got the photo of the car. There's number 5 ticked off, 2 left. And the battery life is still looking good. 46% battery with 112 miles. I think we'll be able to do it. So time to put in the sat nav. We'll be going to Hullcroft Hyundai in Stoke next, and then to Crewe where we started. So let's go. Right, so we've just gone to Stafford. We are now on our way to our penultimate stop, and that is Hullcroft Hyundai Hanley, which also is border onto Stoke. So Stoke is home to Championship football side Stoke City, who are nicknamed the Potteries. Now that nickname comes from Stoke's very innovative pottery industry, which is very much ahead of its time. And the IONIQ 5 somewhat feels ahead of its time. I mean, if you just have a look at the exterior and the design, it looks very futuristic. So talk about the internal features as well as your dual screen. It has, all your driving information, it's got navigation, it's got Blue Link app so you can link your phone to the car. It also has a Bose sound speaker system. So you know what? You can blast your tunes out and they sound absolutely brilliant.
Horizon drives, but it's just not kind on the eye.
When you're driving on the motorway, it obviously requires a lot of focus, to keep yourself and your passengers and also other drivers safe. Now with the Hyundai IONIQ 5, obviously you still need to focus when driving on the motorway, no matter what car you're driving. But the IONIQ 5 just makes motorway driving so much more safer. So let's first talk about the blind spot assist. Now what the blind spot assist does, it will notify you of any car that are in your blind spot. So no more of the the constant neck turning, absolute cracking your neck to look over your shoulder to see if there's someone in your blind spot. On the head-up display, you will see the icon of your car. Now if someone's coming up in your blind spot, there'll be a red light that comes up in this. You will also get a red triangle in either wing mirror that there's someone in your blind spot. For example, like that. Just them features that make a car so much more reliable, so much safer. And you know what? Makes me favour the IONIQ 5 even more. Right, so we made it to Hullcroft Hyundai Hanley. Got one more stop after this, and that's back to crew, back to where it all started. Right, so that is 6 of the 7 stops down. We've still got plenty of charge left. So it's time to go back to where it all started, go back to crew and finish the road trip. So our last leg is 14.5 miles and we've currently got 99 miles left in battery. That is some going. So the fact that we've done a massive road trip today and we've still got plenty of charge left over just goes to show there is no reason for range anxiety. Today has been a long journey. It's been a long road trip, about 185 miles in total, actually probably bordering on 200 miles in total with a few detours, bit of traffic here and there. And do you know what? It's been such a comfy drive. The seating position in the IONIQ 5 is so comfy. It's been easy to navigate the radio, navigate the sat nav on here. It's just been a very enjoyable journey. So if you are looking for a car to get you on a long journey, don't be afraid to go for an electric vehicle and don't be afraid to go for the IONIQ 5. Because like I said, it can do upwards of 298 miles depending on your model and spec. So obviously if you're going to do a massive road trip, you would be planning ahead of where you're going anyway. So if you need to do more than 300 miles, you just plan where to find a fast charger. Fast charger will charge this 70%, which will do an extra 200 miles for you in 18 minutes. So overall then, IONIQ 5, is it a good car? Yes. It's practical, it's got so much space, it's comfy, it performs well. If you're thinking, electric car, automatic, won't be able to perform well, it seriously does. The acceleration on this is brilliant, especially for a car of this size. Does it look good? Yes. Is it comfy? Yes. Does it have all the technology of a modern day car? Yes, and I would say a bit more. So if you are looking for a new car, if you are looking to venture out into an EV rather than combustion, then I would say the IONIQ 5 is a very solid choice. There we go. Let's get a quick photo, and that's it. Road trip done.
Yeah.